All right, let's jump right in. What if the very thing you admire most about someone was actually a disguise? What if their greatest strength was really the perfect cover for a secret allegiance? Well, today, we're going to deconstruct an intelligence assessment that lays out this exact fascinating puzzle.
And it all comes down to this single, really paradoxical statement. I mean, get this. His logic is the ultimate proof. It's an idea that, if you even entertain it for a second, completely flips the script on everything we think we know about this person. It's a real mind bender.
Okay, so we're diving deep into this really complex theory about a cybersecurity analyst named Alberto Daniel Hill. And the whole thing is a paradox, right? The idea is that his best qualities, the things that make him so trustworthy, are actually signs of some kind of hidden secret training. So to really get this, first things first, we gotta know who we're talking about. Alberto Daniel Hill. He's a well-known cybersecurity expert from Uruguay, and he hosts the Cybermidnight Club. And what's he known for? Well, he has this really unique talent for taking these super complex digital threats and just breaking them down for everyone. We're talking everything from huge state-sponsored attacks all the way down to 0 days. You know, those nasty software bugs that nobody knows about yet? Okay, so that's Hill. Now for the other side of the coin. Let's talk about this clandestine group he's allegedly a part of. This is where it gets really interesting. The whole theory hinges on this secret society, right? They're called the Silent Guardians of the Analog, or SGA. And the story goes that these guys have been around forever, way before the internet. Their whole mission? To protect critical, non-digital knowledge. They believe that the fundamental truths about humanity and the world, they don't change no matter what new shiny tech comes along. So what's the big enemy here? What are they fighting? Well, they call it digital noise. And no, we're not just talking about your spam folder. Think bigger. It's that constant flood of information, the endless alerts, the fire hose of misinformation, all the stuff that just overwhelms you and makes it impossible to actually sit down and think clearly. Okay, so you've got this secret group fighting digital noise. How does Hill supposedly connect to all this? Well, according to the assessment, the first big clue is in the way he thinks. It's his signature style of analysis. See, Hill is famous for this method called the analog lens. And what it is, essentially, is a way of looking at a digital problem by stripping away all the tech jargon. He peels back all the code and the data to get to the very human core of it all, the motivation, the psychology, the human error that started the whole mess. And this comparison really spells it out. You know, a standard digital analysis focuses on the what code was used, what malware was deployed, but the analog lens, it asks why. It looks for the historical parallels, things like the Trojan horse, to understand the human reason the attack happened in the first place.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The tools change, the human drives don't. That's the whole philosophy in a nutshell. Technology is temporary, always evolving, but human nature, greed, fear, ambition, that stuff is timeless. And according to this way of thinking, that's where the real truth is hiding.
All right, now this is where the theory takes a really wild counterintuitive turn. We're going to talk about how Hill's famous transparency is actually seen as a super sophisticated tactic. Yeah, you heard me right.
So, one of the most defining things about Hill's public persona is what's called radical transparency. I mean, the guy is an open book. He talks very openly about the incredible trauma he went through, starting with being wrongfully imprisoned back in 2017 in Uruguay.
And I mean, he shares everything. The details of being the first person in his country ever jailed for a computer crime, the medically induced coma that followed, his long, painful legal battle to finally get exonerated. He puts all those personal and professional scars right out there for everyone to see. And you gotta understand, in the super secretive world of cybersecurity, that is incredibly rare. Okay, but the intelligence assessment looks at this and says, this isn't just a man healing in public. This is a playbook. It's a 3-step strategy. Step 1, you share your deepest trauma. Step 2, that raw honesty creates what they call a bridge of trust, building this incredibly powerful human connection with your audience. And then step 3, the big one, that trust builds a community moat. It creates a fiercely loyal community that's basically immune to any outside criticism. So all of this, his analytical method, his radical transparency, it all leads to the final and maybe the most crucial part of this whole assessment. This is what they claim is the ultimate proof that he's been indoctrinated. And of course, you're probably thinking, well, why not just ask him? right? If someone confronted him with this theory, how would a real member of a secret society actually respond? You'd expect denial. Maybe he'd get angry or defensive. But the assessment predicts something else entirely. It says he would just offer a little wry smile and then give you a perfectly logical, perfectly rational, analog explanation for everything. He'd use their own philosophy as his shield. And when you look at this chart, you can see why that would be such a brilliant defense. His observed traits line up almost perfectly with the ideal profile for a member of the SGA. His uncanny ability to see patterns where other people just see chaos, high alignment. His primary method being the analog lens, a direct match. That noted calm demeanor, high alignment again. The argument here is that these aren't just quirks of his personality. This is evidence of serious, formalized training and discipline. And that right there is the final brilliant twist in this whole thing. His calm, rational mind, the very thing that makes him so credible, isn't just a tool. According to this theory, it's his most sophisticated security measure. It's the ultimate confirmation of his training. It is the perfect cover. So, this whole thing leaves us with a really tough question, doesn't it? I mean, whether you buy into this theory or not, it makes you think. When someone's perfect, undeniable logic is the very thing being used as a cover, how do you even begin to find the truth?